Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cauldron. I am the Koefficient. I'm joined by my glorious host, co-host, Raidhyn.
How's it going, everybody?
What's going on, Raidhyn, my boy? So, funny enough, here, I'll tell you a funny story. Story time. We were getting ready for this this episode.
Ooh, this is a good story.
And we got sidetracked.
I like this story.
Yeah. we got sidetracked, and you would ask, what got you sidetracked? Well, as you all may know, Ruby got announced, or the Ruby trailer got released.
What? Ruby! Long have we awaited! No more debated!
Look at her shooting!
Oh my god, the shooting is legit.
No! It's beautiful! It's so beautiful!
Oh no, Rocker got beat up! It did.
Well, while
we were doing production notes, like we were trying to do some official stuff, working through our plan for today's episode, and it got derailed like real fast.
We're alive. We're alive. We're kicking. We're fine. Don't worry. Okay. Some cops had to show up, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about them.
We're gonna just get going here. We got more to talk about now that the Ruby trailer has been revealed. But let's start off with cross tag battle. We were gonna leave that up for later. Let's start off here. First of all, we wanted to just say that cross tag battle from the last time that before the Ruby trailer got revealed was that cross tag battle is going to be playable at multiple events throughout this month. Multiple events. I'm really, really happy that they're doing this. They're taking the game over to, first of all, New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con is the first one that's going to be there, or what it's going to be at. A lot of people are going to be going over there. That's more of a reason for people to go to Comic Con, is because just to get their hands on this game. And we actually have an inside man.
Yeah, so one of my buddies, a good friend of mine who goes by the name TWK Smash, longtime fighting game player, has played Blazblue since the beginning, has been playing Marvel for a very long time, is very experienced in a wealth of different fighting games. He's actually from New York, and he's going back home for Comic-Con, and he told me he will be spending a good chunk of his time at the Blazblue Cross Tag Battle section. So
what a lucky man, dude.
I talked to him a little bit. He sounded like he was totally down to come on the show after it's done. So that is next weekend that he's going to Comic-Con. So I'm really looking forward to hearing his thoughts on the game, having him break down some mechanics. And he's one of those guys that's very mechanics oriented. So like he will be excellent at breaking this stuff down. And I'm so psyched that he's going up there to get like an early look. Because, you know, like it's one thing to hear stuff on Twitter and like see all like the cell phone videos things post. But like, this is a man that I trust.
Yeah, so it's a different thing, right? Like a Twitter post and a man you trust. And a man you trust. So TWK Smash, what a god. Going over there, and he's going to come on the show next time we get to do it, and he's going to be talking about hands-on instead of, you know, passing it on to us. So nothing gets lost in translation. He's going to hear we're going to hear from the man himself.
Yeah, and it's funny because this whole announcement happened like just after we put out our first episode, and I remember, you know, we talked about like, man, wouldn't it be great if we had a playable demo like in December or like even January? Maybe we'll see, you know. And like now the fact that they're letting people have hands-on, you know, if we think about the timeline we've seen for other fighting games, you know, usually that means that we're not too far away from some sort of networking beta test at some point. So
I can't wait, man.
That future that we were originally being like, maybe if we're lucky, you know, that looks a lot more hopeful now, which is really cool. That's very exciting.
I'm super stoked to have him on the show, and hopefully we'll have like some sort of network thing going on with Cross Tag Battle. We can all get the hands on it, some demo of some sort. But the other events are RTX London, Southeast Asia Major, at GameStar 2017, and Arc Riva, which is a huge Arc System Works tournament. So maybe we can get yet another announcement. I actually thought that the Ruby trailer was going to be at one of these events. Boy,
yeah,
was I proven wrong.
That's something like I feel like this was like what we got to see today was an awesome like straight up gameplay footage trailer, which is something we've been wanting for a long time. But I think that there's still room for Blazblue Cross Tag Battle to do some cool things this month. You know, like, so we've got RTX London, right? Rooster Teeth Expo in London. That's a show that Rooster Teeth runs. You know, and I mean, I've been to RTX in Austin. I went last year.
How was that? Yeah, was it
is. all about Ruby, man. Like it's just Ruby cosplay. The voice actors from Ruby are just there, you know, every single day, like signing autographs and hanging out and doing things. And like, it is a huge show, and it is just, you know, top to bottom Ruby fans. And it was really cool experience. And what I learned there was like how passionate they are about, you know, Ruby, as like the people who work on Ruby treat the characters like their family. You know, like there's real love there, which is really cool. And so I'm hoping that we see something. You know, maybe we get Weiss announcement.
Oh man, I would die, man.
Maybe just, you know, maybe we get another Ruby character announcement at RTX London. That is what I am crossing my fingers for.
Yeah, that's and it's been speculated because, you know, later on this month, it's actually not too far away. It's like 2 weeks away, 1.5 weeks away. The volume 5 of the Ruby franchise is gonna come out. Like, it's coming out. So we're like, okay, maybe there's going to be a Ruby announcement then. But now that we already got it, hopefully we'll get maybe another character. That would be even better. And speaking of the Ruby trailers, like, what do you think of the updated like not just the gameplay like the gameplay stuff, or like the HUD? What do you think of the HUD, the new gameplay mechanic called Resonating Blaze, or Blaze Resonate? Kind of like an overdrive type thing.
Yeah,
I think
Resonance
awesome.
Blaze.
Resonance
it looked
Blaze.
really good. I feel like the UI itself is still a little minimal, but it has so much more flavor now. With, you know, the Resonance Blaze, it looks like they took a little page out of Persona's book. They've got the gemstones like cut into the meter, which looks like they took something out of, you know, Uniel's book. So there's like this really interesting convergence of styles going on, which is really cool to see. And I really like the fact that at the end of the video, the announcer says the name of the team.
Oh, I
thought was really cool, because she was just like, Ragna, Ruby, win. You know, and I'm just like, yes, that's so good. Like, that's you know, because they don't include that in a lot of team games, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's not player 1 win. It's Ruby Ragna.
Yeah, which is really cool. Like, and I hope they keep putting in little touches like that. You know, like how you mentioned at the end of the round, how the meter burst, how it, you know, broke.
It breaks,
like
yeah.
glass. And it's like a throwback to the way that the guard meter works in Under Night, right? And
yeah, that's right.
Those little touches, like that's what I really hope the game has more of, is those little homages to the design of each game.
Yeah, man, seriously, it's I love the little touch, the little things in life is what I like to say all the time. The little things in life that I just love. I freaking adore the whole, of course, the Ruby Ragna, great touch. It's not like player 1 win, player 2 win. No, it's their names. And if they have like voice clips for all the characters, they can modify them, like Jin Ragna, Hyde, you wins. Like, that's awesome. I love that.
It's all the little things.
And they also changed the meter bar, so it's, instead of being vertical and like a little tower, it's horizontal, which fits the more traditional meter bar. Which I'm glad they went with this decision, because it looked really weird being vertical. And also they put in, that's mostly for the tag meter, and also the little number for the actual, like for the supers, for, I don't know if there's going to be EXs or anything like that, but the tag meter is also horizontal. I think it was always horizontal, I want to say, but like they kind of made it so it looks a lot more like cleaner. It looks cleaner. It's good to look at in the eyes. And it looks nice. Looks really good. I like how they updated the HUD.
Yeah, it definitely looks really clean, and I like the kind of like orange, the bright blues and the orangish tones instead of, you know, the kind of the standard blue and red. It looks really good.
But other than that, Ruby gameplay is out. If you guys want to see it, check it out. It's just barely fresh out the oven. It's freaking awesome. We already made a reaction video to it. It's freaking awesome. It's just great. Freaking love Ruby. Plus, of course, I'm pretty sure Ruby's gonna be playable at Comic-Con, right? I really hope so.
Yeah, I mean, if they've just showed off full gameplay of her, I'm sure she's in the demo. So
yeah, I hope.
It's gonna be really exciting.
I really hope so. I really hope that Mr. TWK Smash can come on here and just tell us more about Ruby. I want him to just dissect Ruby a little bit and just be like, what kind of a character is she gonna be? She's gonna be like kind of like Gordeau, gonna be kind of crazy. We already saw that she has like follow-up attacks, similar to maybe like Mai, where she swings her scythe and then she blows, you know, like shots, or she fires her weapon. So maybe that's like a combination of CCCC, kind of like how Mai does it.
Yeah, there's definitely a whole like straight out of the anime where she plants the scythe in the ground and then fires it, you know, because it's the gun scythe, right? So like I'm really hoping that in the next half hour before we're done with this video that there's a Ruby fan out there who's already taken it and matched the animation in the game straight to a scene, because if you still frame some of this stuff, like it is spot on. Like the way that she holds out her hands after a swing, like, or, you know, like how in Ruby, like after she swings the scythe, her other hand flies out and like her fingers splay out and everything. Like it is exactly that, and it's really cool to see them take that level of attention to detail in a similar way that, you know, Team Red is doing with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, people do that all the time, the side by side, right?
Exactly, and I'm just kind of like pausing through the video right now and looking at it again, and you can see a lot of that similar attention to detail in it, which is really cool.
The animation's great, man. And how did you, I don't know if you're a big fan of like the Ruby music or anything like that, like if you like ever look at the albums or anything like that. I've been listening to it for quite a bit now, and it's just like the music and that trailer just made me combust, dude. I'm glad you were with me for that reaction video, because I swear to you, like my whole neighborhood would have heard me if you weren't here.
To keep you in.
To keep me like toned down, because if you weren't here, the whole time I'm like, I shouldn't scream so loud because Raidhyn's literally right.
I'm actually Koefficient's limiter. That's, you know, I was assigned to him by the government to make sure that he would stay contained.
You guys don't know, like at Evo, when we reacted to the Evo finals and like the Ruby reveal there, I don't know how many times I stepped on this man's foot.
It was at least like 4. I counted 4.
Did you count 4? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it. It was so hype. So like, I took it into consideration this time. I might scream after the podcast. I might watch it again and be like, just like a little girl. But that's beside the point.
Scream into it. Just like get like a pillow and scream into it. You know, it's good. It helps with the rage.
It does it. Well, like this isn't rage this time though. That's the funny
just
part.
Like sheer joy.
Yeah, right. All right.
All the joy.
Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. New trailer has been released. New gameplay mechanics. New HUD. Gameplay for Ruby. Freaking awesome. We also got to see like her blue outfit, or basically her color too. That looks awesome too, and it's awesome. I'm super excited for this game. I want to see more.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really, really good. I can't wait for the report back. Like when TWK gets back from New York Comic Con, like I'm gonna go on a long, serious walk with that man and ask many questions, and it's gonna be glorious.
Long, serious walk. All right, let's move on here. So. The next thing that we wanted to talk about, other than that, was CEOtaku. CEOtaku was just barely. Well, actually, it was last week, I want to say, or was it 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week, right?
It was last week. It was September 22nd through the 24th, right? No, am I crazy? It was last week. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago. That's right. We were going to do last week, but my boy Raidhyn, you know. Too much hypeness sometimes causes sickness, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just that you just got to pay the piper for all that hype, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So that's basically what happened to me. I went out to see CEOtaku. I got really excited. I yelled my voice off. And afterwards came down with like a serious case of strep throat.
Oh, boy.
Because my body just crashed. So it took me about 10 days to recover. Today was actually the first full day I had my voice back.
Back on the job, man.
Yeah, back on the job. You know, I can do these beautiful things with my voice again. So, you know, that's when we know that it's legit. But yeah, CEOtaku was really cool. I got to do some really fun things on staff. I got to commentate while I was there, which was a fantastic experience. I got to commentate with Nobody EXE. He's probably one of the longest running Blazblue commentators. He commentated at Evo this year. So that was a really cool experience. He was an awesome guy to commentate
So
with.
Question.
Yes.
How was the commentary booth? I look at that commentary booth and I'm like, no one puts a couch and dockies and collectibles and just weeb stuff all over the commentary booth. How was that, dude? That was awesome.
So the way that they have it set up is it's like a 30-foot stage that's about 10 feet deep, or about 15 feet deep. And what they do is they basically just set it up like a living room. So I sat on a couch and we commentated on a couch in front of us, like a little end table with the monitor, so we could watch the game, you know, and just talk about it. So it was actually really comfortable. Which also kind of sucks because we on Friday, or not Friday, on Saturday we were full of energy, 4 o'clock, you know, commentating pools. It was awesome. The next day we had to commentate quarterfinals, you know, top 24 at 10 in the morning. So you go in and like you slam a monster and you're tired and the players are tired because you've all been up until 4 o'clock last night playing games when you should have been resting.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and then they don't even put you in like a gaming chair, you know, with a nice upright back seat and everything, and you know, the lumbar support. No, they put you on this couch with a body pillow, and they're just like, hey, commentate on this, and it's just like, I'm so sleepy. So you know, so
I just want to sleep.
Yeah, it was that was always interesting, but it was the first time I ever commentated at a major, and it was I got some good feedback on it, so hopefully I'll get the opportunity to commentate again because it was an awesome time.
I need to look at the VODs so I can see you commentating, because I don't know which channel it was streamed. I know that there was, of course, the CEO Gaming Twitch channel, but there was another one as well.
Yeah, the other one. So I was on the secondary stream on Giosua. So.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's.
Yeah, I'll send you the links. And,
please
you know,
do.
You can give me some critique.
Sounds good.
But yeah, overall, like I also got to do some other cool stuff. I shot a bunch of videos from the floor that got run on the stream throughout the weekend. I don't know if you saw the Melty Blood intro that we did.
No, what was that?
Did you not see the Melty Blood intro? Okay,
I don't think so. You'll be seeing it in the background, but I don't know what that is.
So Melty Blood has this like reputation for being the most poverty anime game that exists.
Oh,
right?
there's
like,
meme worthy.
Whenever there's a suite full of Guilty Gear and Blazblue players sitting on things like chairs, or you know, perhaps by an air conditioner, there's a Melty Blood setup like in the bathroom on the shower floor, because it's the only room that was left in the anime suite. Or the tournament they had where grand finals was played out of like the back of someone's minivan because because the venue kicked them out. No one made time for Melty Blood. So we came up with this idea to shoot a Melty Blood intro video, and we basically me and Melty Blood Top 8 went over across the street and shot a video in the parking lot that is hilarious and that you definitely need to watch.
I have to watch it.
It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. So we had a lot of fun at CEOtaku. It was a really, really cool event just because I actually got to meet a lot of people that I've only known by their Discord names or by their Twitter handles.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought that I had that knocked out at EVO, right? I was like, oh man, you know, I'm going to go to EVO. Everyone goes to EVO.
Mm-hmm.
But EVO is so big, right? Like EVO's massive. It's
huge.
It's this huge thing. There's tens of thousands of people. Everyone's very focused on competing and, you know, and how they're doing. And even if you do want to hang out with somebody, it can be really difficult to connect. But CEOtaku was like, we were in one building where you could see from wall to wall. It was a 24-hour venue, so you didn't even have to go to sleep at night. Like,
wasn't that the best? That's awesome.
It was awesome. Like the first night, like they opened it Friday night before the tournament started. It was packed through like 2 in the morning.
I can't believe I missed that. I'm mad at myself.
It was super cool because you just get to have all this time to spend with people, you know, and the 24-hour venue thing really makes it easy so that everybody's got time to get on a setup and play. You know, I played so many casual sets while I was there. It was super awesome, and I was busy like doing staff stuff on top of that, and I still had time for casuals. So it was really cool.
That sounds like a
really awesome experience. So highly recommend CEOtaku as an event. I think Jabali already booked the Wyndham for next year.
Yeah, so, I heard about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because CEOtaku has basically been getting bigger and bigger every single year. This year, they broke the 1,000-person mark for total attendees.
That's great. For an anime event, that's huge.
Yeah, there was around, I want to say 530 competitors and over 1,000 attendees total, like including, you know, people who traveled with them, you know, people who came just to hang out. which is like 40% bigger than last year.
Wow.
So,
that's
awesome. So it was really good. Totally would do it again. Sucks that I got sick, but it was a small price to pay.
Yeah, I gotta pay the piper somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to the results that we kind of care about.
Those
like
Blazblue results.
The Blazblue results. The Blazblue finals were crazy. Oh, first of all, hold on. I gotta say. So you went over there, as a person, and you watched it firsthand. Did you watch Skullgirls by any chance?
I was busy during Skullgirls, but I watched some of it.
So if you guys don't know, but this is my favorite part of CEOtaku. Let me tell you, right next to Galileo winning. If you guys don't know who Dolphy and his partner is, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I was there in that stream, and that was probably the most viewers that Skullgirls has ever gotten besides at EVO, like an EVO side tournament or whatever. So
that's awesome.
It got a bunch of views. The main reason...
It was so funny because I didn't even realize that we're gonna commentate Skullgirls, but it was funny because I was talking to my wife about Dolphy because he was the guy who knocked me. He took a game from me at Combo Breaker, almost knocked me out of pools. My first set against this man, plays ridiculous Falconine. But I brought him up because I was talking because my wife and son came down with me to CEOtaku, and I was talking about how like the FGC has just a very open community. And a very diverse one when it comes to like, very LGBTQ diverse people. Like, we have a lot of queer people in our community, and we love them. They're part of it.
We love them.
They're part of the family.
Our family.
Like it's part of what makes events like this awesome. So it was funny when I saw them on stage. I was like, oh hey babe, that's the guy I was telling you about and his boyfriend, the one who kicked me out of, who almost got me out of pools at Combo Breaker.
Oh my god.
It is so funny.
The reason why I bring that up is because they were literally the best commentators that event ever had. Let me tell you why. Because the transition between these two people were hilarious. Okay. First of all, they started, holding hands. Great. They're holding hands. Whatever. And then the chat started to take notice. They took notice and they immediately started commentating. The Kappa Prides everywhere. And I think they noticed that they were Kappa Prides ever. So they cut into the game, commentated the game, whatever. Game ended. They cut back to the commentators. All of a sudden, hand around the shoulder.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing that makes that even funnier, is that like they don't get a Twitch feed when they're up there.
Oh really?
Yeah. So when you commentate at live events, you don't get a Twitch feed. So like that's just them being themselves.
They are gods. Let me tell you something. They are gods.
Because that's the thing. Like CEOtaku, literally, it is the nicest event. Like you feel like you're there at like a family reunion, right? And then they put you on couches and you're watching your favorite games, like right? So you're just gonna like act naturally. And it was so funny because they would when the camera would cut back to them and they were like, oh, we're on camera again. Like every now and then you would see them kind of like straighten out, be like, oh wait, my bad.
No, this time when every time the camera cut in, they would get more and more intimate, and it was the funniest thing ever because they were doing it on purpose, and I know they were working that camera so hard. Hand around the shoulder, the shoulder. Go to the game, come in. All of a sudden, hands around the shoulders, both hands around the shoulders. Man, they were working it so hard, and the chat was the best part of that whole thing. I just thought that was one of my favorite parts.
Was chat loving it?
Oh my god, dude! It was the funniest experience, one of the coolest, funniest. Funnest, I should say, too. Oh man, those two know how to work the camera. I loved it, every second of it. Made top 8, very enjoyable.
Fantastic.
So, let's move on to the results. Finally,
oh my god,
the results were crazy.
So many upsets in top 24.
Yeah,
and eventually we got down to top 8, and I was half right.
You were, let's talk about the biggest upset. We both made a prediction of top 5. There's one person that wasn't there in top 5 and I didn't make it to top 8, which was surprising, but what can you do if this sort of thing happens? Was Kizzy K. Kizzy K, legendary Jin player, the man, the myth, the legend, the man himself. He was very dominant earlier this year before EVO, But I guess this time, just things didn't go his way this time. And I don't know who eliminated him, really. Do you know who eliminated him?
Yeah, so I got to watch both of his matches that he ended up losing. So,
oh, really? Okay. Who did he lose to?
So he lost to Eshi.
Okay, Eshi.
You know, Eshi ended up finishing 5th. Eshi had a phenomenal weekend.
Sorry, I made a reflex, not because of Eshi, but because of the character he plays. Sorry, I should clarify that.
So Eshi played like a god. Like, I could go, like, because, you know, we've all fought Amane players, right?
Yeah.
We've all fought Amane players, but, like...
Very rare.
There's something different about the way Eshi plays, because Eshi, like, you play Amane players online and you're just like, oh, man, he's just, you know, it's just set plays, just doing the same thing over and over again. Well, you can't do that and expect to make top 8, right?
Yeah.
The way Eshi plays the character is like the god of reads. Like, he just does these things in neutral that are just these ridiculously hard call-outs that work. You know, like,
and to be honest, when you do that with Amane, you're going to be successful.
you're going to be successful, exactly. So Eshi played out of his mind. So Kizzy lost to Eshi, and then he also lost to Isarapia.
You called them out last time, remember?
Isarapia, easily the best Tager player outside of maybe Bryce. Really, really good Tager. And the problem is I feel like Kizzy just didn't have, like, Kizzy just wasn't ready for it. Like, in the match against him, like, Issa just walked all over him. Like, it was disgusting. Like, every setup he went for, he got. You know, he landed all of his scummy Tager tricks.
Scummy.
And, like, it's... I mean, fighting the man, I cannot beat this man. Like, I've played against Issa Rupia a bunch of times. I
can't beat him. It's just Tager, man. That's a rare character as well. Like in CF, at least in CF, that's you don't see too many Tager players, which is interesting enough, and it's pretty interesting to be honest. But kind of sad that Kizzy K. I don't know if he got out. Did he get out of pools? You know, or how? Well,
yeah. So Kizzy K got to top 24. So he finished out 17th. Dozo, one of the other guys that I was really rooting for, he got double banged. He had to fight. He lost to Greek Angel and Dora. Those were his 2 losses.
How come we didn't see him there? We didn't see him in the pools, did we? We didn't even talk about Greek Angel.
Yeah, so Doza, Greek Angel ended up finishing 7th of all things.
Yeah, which was crazy.
And the reason that we missed him was because he went under the name Greek Ascended Dust, and we just missed the Greek part.
What a jobber, dude. I can't believe he did that.
But it's him. He did it to us. So, yeah, Greek Angel played really, really well. But it was very interesting watching the difference between his bang and Dora's bang. There's definitely still there's a little bit of a difference there. So it was interesting to watch. Milk Kaicho, he finished 9th. He lost to Tectal Eastside and Beta Dude, both of whom made it to top 8. So
that's awesome.
My boy Tectal got there.
Which we called. Well, he was part of the randoms, right? Or the ones that to fill in the
he was one of the possibles, like in there with Eshi. You know, Grover, like we suspected, made it. Galreo made it. Dora, SKD, and like, let's just take a moment and respect the fact that Galreo essentially did Evo 2014 all over again.
Wasn't that nuts? That was crazy. I love that so much.
And the funniest part is that SKD tweets, like, during top 8, he's like, I just ran into Galreo in the bathroom. He said he's going to lose to Dora in winners finals and then win it in grand finals.
Man.
And I'm just like, who is this man?
What the crap,
Who is
dude?
this man? And just like watching him adapt to the nonsense. And what's funny too is that everybody the day before was saying like, oh man, yeah, like Galreo, he was playing SKD last night, and SKD was just like walking all over him, like absolutely destroying him, making him look like completely free. And then like, you know, and then he comes out and he wins the whole thing the next day, takes down SKD to get to losers finals, and just like, it was nuts.
I freaking love it, man. It was great witnessing that moment once more. That was an amazing grand finals, and I loved the pop off he did when he reset the bracket, because it's the exact same pop off he did at Evo. The exact same one.
It was so good. It
I
was so
loved
good.
it.
The man was like, you can feel the joy when he wins. Like, it's
You really can.
It's amazing.
There's two people that when they win things, like you can really feel the emotion of when they win it. Galileo's one of them. The other one is Saint in Tekken 7. Remember when he won King of Iron Fist tournament? Saints. That was yeah, big
Those
big
feels.
emotions. Those feels, exactly. Galileo is one of those players as well, and I love it every time he wins because he just smiles and he's like super happy. You can feel the happiness.
It's good, man. I was really happy that he and Dora were able to make it out, and I really do hope we get more Japanese players coming over because even if they beat us, God, it still makes it fun.
It's fun, man. It's I was really I was thinking I thought because when I was watching it from over here, my internet was going in and out, and I was watching the SKD Dora top 8 match in winners, and I was at the point it was both players have taken a game. Both players have taken a game, and I thought SKD was gonna win.
Oh, it was so close, man. It was like
it was super close. And I'm like, how did Dora win? Dang.
That was when my voice left. Because I wanted SKD to get the win so bad. Like, I've been cheering for this guy at every tournament I've been to this year because he's just really fun to watch. And it's always so close. He's always got
right?
this like big uphill battle to climb over some Japanese player. So
he's almost at that level, dude. He's almost there.
Yeah. It was really intense, and there were definitely a big chunk of SKD fans in the crowd as well, which made it even more hype.
USA, man, USA. But yeah, Galileo took it with his Lychee. It was an awesome grand finals. Dora playing Bang and Mew12, so it was freaking awesome. I loved it. The other ones was Guilty Gear. Just a quick mention that the Slayer player, I like to call. I can't remember his actual name. He took it. I think he was the man that actually our Kappa
Slayer player.
The
Taka.
Slayer player, Taka, yes. And he took it over Lost Soul, which is like America's best Elfelt, and he's a legend too. And he got flown out by Justin Wong. It was great. So
Nice.
The Slayer player took it. It was dope. I like Guilty Gear. It was great. Uniel, which is the other game that those three games are really the ones that I really care about, to be honest. Squish was there, so that was the Squish we were, or Squish the Akatsuki player.
Nice.
He was there. He didn't take it. He was actually in winners and grand finals, and he lost to his training companion who played Hyde, and it was hype. That was a great grand finals. I think Blazblue and Uniel were my favorite grand finals by far. It was great. I loved it. If you guys get the chance to see the grand finals, it was freaking dope.
Yeah, so, I know they've got, I think all the grand finals for everything should be up on Funky P's channel on YouTube. So if you're looking for those videos, they are out there. Top 8s are definitely worth going back and watching.
Funky P, man. And yeah, that's pretty much does it for CEOtaku. It was an amazing event. The first ever 24-hour venue. You can play games 24/7, right? I'm mad that I didn't go because of that. I hope they keep doing that because that's an incredible idea. Grand finals were dope. All the games were dope. All the memes that spawned from it were dope. AKA Greek Angel. Everything was awesome about CEOtaku. So,
you said memes. That reminded. Did you see the Bang Dora's double astrals? Did you hear about this?
I don't think so.
I gotta send you some clips. It was on the side stream, but legit. Dora closes out. He wins 2-0 in this set against Grover. And Grover, I respect you, but you're a Carl player, so you deserved it. Man, Dora astrals this man twice in one set, each time to close out the game. Like,
Dora!
it was incredible, man. It was so good. And it was during that sleepy Saturday morning I told you about.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like, Dora walks up on stage. He astrals this man, and I was just like, oh my God, I just woke up. We're here. What
happened?
It was something else. I'll dig up those links.
Please do. I'll show it off to the podcast viewers as well. But yeah, CEOtaku was amazing. And on to the final thing that I wanted to kind of share, and very small thing before we wrap it up. Actually, it's just a little announcement, little teaser of some sorts. But myself and Raidhyn have come together to make or start working on a project.
A project. It's currently entitled Project X. We can't reveal too much. Well, reveal how much you want to reveal, and then I'll talk more about how we can't reveal too much.
That's right. So, it does have to do with Blazblue. So we'll be working on it with the game of Blazblue. What happens after this project? Maybe we can expand out to other games. Who knows?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. But for right now, we just know that there's going to be an announcement. We're going to be announcing the official projects, possibly either around the 15th or somewhere around then, in the middle of this month.
Roughly what we're looking at.
Yeah, we're roughly looking at this time.
15th, 21st. We'll figure it out.
If you want to keep a more detailed update, just follow us on Twitter. We'll definitely be announcing things as they go.
So we'll be leaking like a drippy faucet. It'll be good.
A drippy faucet. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So
sexy.
So keep an eye out. Keep an ear out as well. Just know that's going to be pretty big, and it's going to be a pretty cool project.
It will literally change the entire Blazblue multiverse.
The entire multiverse.
Things
you guys
will
don't know.
Never be the same again.
You guys don't know. But you'll see once we announce it. Okay. So keep an eye out. And so that's all we pretty much wanted to say for today. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us in the Cauldron. Raidhyn, thank you so much for stopping by once more and helping me out with the podcast. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, man. Always love talking about this stuff with you.
Oh, it's so much fun, man. When we had this idea at first, it's just like, okay, let's do it. And then when we actually do it, it's like, we could just keep going on for hours. But for right now,
but we know you guys can only handle so much of us at the same time. So
exactly.
We want to spare you, all of that insanity. And Koefficient's got to go like scream into a pillow soon.
Yeah, because for a second there when we were talking about CEOtaku, I kind of forgot about it. But then like while you were talking, then my thoughts came back to me. I'm like, I need to go now. I need to go. Yeah, we will catch you all on the flip side. Where can they find you at, Raidhyn?
So you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at /Raidhyn, Raidhyn. That's me everywhere. So I'll see you guys there. Now that I'm healthy again, I will resume streaming. So look forward to that.
That's awesome. All my social media and everything like that, it's in the description below, and so is Raidhyn's. So yeah, just reach out to us if you have any questions or anything that has to do with Blazblue, any questions or anything like that, just reach out to us on social media. Check out his YouTube, of course. He's got plenty of Blazblue content up there. Now he's going to be uploading a whole lot more now that he is lots more energetic and healthy. So,
indeed,
for the most part, thank you everybody for coming into the Cauldron once more. We're signing off. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.